What is going on, Lucid fans? Welcome back to Financial Journeys. So today we are going to be talking about Cathie Woods. Cathie Woods did make a very big move in the EV market and their game. So I'm going to be talking about that and what that actually means for Lucid and its investors. But before we get into any of that, all I ask, smash a thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Greatly appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, I do daily videos from trending stocks, crypto. I do it all. So make sure you do subscribe and also pop over to my Discord link in the description below. A lot of good people and a lot of good chat. Also, I'm sure you have already seen with me, I do have Bullish Mindset joining me. Appreciate you joining me on this fun video.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So getting right to it though. So when it comes down to Lucid, I'm sure even we have done a lot of videos together. Lucid is one of those companies that has a huge institutional backing from the get-go. So that's I think why a lot of people look at Lucid in a different light. But in case you guys do not know, I'm just going to sort the Fintel information based on the share quantity. So you can already see we have PIF, which is the biggest one with 1 billion and change, Vanguard, BlackRock, obviously, which is Bullish Mindset's favorite. And then there's several others, right? There's Goldman Sachs. But that aside, though, we don't have ARK. That's one of the biggest things. And me personally, I'm a big fan of Cathie because she's a very innovative way in her she targets the next level of kind of technology and innovation. So I don't know if it's whether I'm just deep down hurt that she's not investing in Lucid, because Lucid, in my opinion, has the best technology and has had the next level. That's why it sets Lucid apart. As you can see based on this article, though, she has committed and said similar to what Rivian, that she just is looking for the next level of automation. So autonomous driving is typically what she's looking for, which goes back to the innovation component. We all know about NVIDIA. So NVIDIA did, and Lucid had a partnership. It's going to start in production for 2026 for their Hyperion 9 chip. So that's a very big news for Lucid. But Cathie did come out with news, hypothetically, that there's going to be in talks with GM as far as making a stake in that. So, Bullish Mindset, what is your thoughts on that?
I think that Cathie Woods is really innovation and disruption. That's what ARK is. But the thing about it is she's not really looking at a lot of these companies that aren't doing robotaxis or doing robotaxis in their plans. So what she wants to see is the kind of self-driving technology that these companies have. Lucid Motors is a technology company and the way that they can license out their battery technology. However, we have CFO Sherry House, who is from Waymo, which is Alphabet's subsidiary for self-driving, and she was with them for years, as well as we have people from Apple and Tesla, 15-year people that had an enormous amount of experience in the technology industry. The thing about Lucid is they haven't really said their plans on what they are going to do with their dream drive yet. Once Cathie Woods and investors get a little more information on this, I assume that Lucid Motors is going to be getting those big time boys going into the stock. Until then, I do think that there is more information on the plan that General Motors is going to have. They did say that they were going to be way farther along than they have been, but they are putting billions and billions of dollars into the EV industry because they understand how much money is going to be here and they understand where the world is going. Tesla created an industry that we didn't even know was going to happen. We thought that if you look at reports from Elon Musk, you saw that Warren Buffett's best friend and person that's in Berkshire Hathaway's, Charlie Munger, at a table say that Tesla was going bankrupt and Elon was going to fail. Obviously, that didn't happen. People were wrong, and I think that this is the exact situation that's happening right now with Lucid and some of these other EV companies. Because yes, there are going to be losers in this race, and we've already seen that, and that's why a lot of investors don't want to invest into high growth EV companies. But at the end of the day, you need to see that even auto legacy makers are going to fail. It's all about technology. And GM right now is building on that technology as well as production, but Lucid has that technology. We don't have to license it from somewhere else. We don't have to try to acquire technology. This is in-house technology from us. I do think that once we get those production numbers up and we do have our plan out to the public more so, I think that we're going to get the big fish into our investing nets, in my opinion.
Yeah, very well said. And I personally, coming from a Lucid standpoint, I think that there's still a lot of hope because if you're going to compare and
Mhm.
contrast GM to Lucid, like you already said, we already have that technology component. So I'm just going to go over some basic facts just so you guys are aware of that. So, in case you do not know, GM did acquire SoftBank's stake in Cruise for 2.1 billion, and ultimately that is lidar and autonomous driving. So this is what Bullish Mindset meant by GMS stepping up their game. In addition to right here, they did commit a 7 billion investment towards EV production so they can hit that capacity of 1 million units by 2025. So that's fairly good. Definitely going to outpace Lucid and how that goes. So this is why, again, comparing and contrasting GM to Lucid, the only thing that GM has as of right now is their production. So she is looking for, clearly, she, despite previous articles, she has said that she's looking for autonomous driving and advancements in that regard. Clearly, the outlier when it comes down to that is production. Out of everything, we are still starting to ramp up quite a lot. So I see that having Cathie is still a capable and option chance because she's still moving around a lot of things. So just want to show you this right here. So Cathie, surprisingly, even though she's a very big Tesla bull, she not only did increase her price kind of target recently, I'm going to talk on that as well, but she did actually reduce their position in Tesla and added NIO, and clearly now adding GM to the mix as well. She's looking to add EVs. So this is why Lucid, in my opinion at least, can definitely still be added to her big criteria. And again, she's one of the only ones that we necessarily don't have underneath her wing. And she even, like I said, you can see right here, 4,600 as far as the expected value by 2026 for Tesla alone. So clearly a lot of high expectation for EVs in general. So what's your thoughts more so? Do you think Cathie is very much needed for Lucid? I know some people are kind of hit and miss when it comes down to that. Do you think it'd benefit
Mhm.
Lucid?
Cathie Woods brings another following to her whenever she invests into a company. However, her decision making has been a little spotty with what she's been investing into, especially her space ETF, where you see John Deere and companies like Roku, which I don't really see them in any way dominating the space industry. So I honestly think that when you look at Lucid Motors, you have a company that checks all the boxes. And I love Cathie Woods. And I think that she taught me a lot about innovation and disruption. And in my honest opinion, I like when a person like Cathie Woods invests way after I invest because I know that if that ends up happening, I'm going to make a ton of money because we're seeing the institutions, load up at 37.50 for Lucid. Obviously, they probably sold some of those positions or averaged down, but you were seeing companies that were investing into Lucid in mid 30s, and now look at where we are, 21. So I think that even the big boys get it wrong sometimes, and I think Cathie Woods is going to end up buying Lucid one day, just maybe not tomorrow.
And yeah, so there's kind of hits and misses. Some people are clearly very Cathie oriented, some are contrary because obviously she's very invested in technology. And the mere fact that I think a lot of people are bringing up that she's not investing in Lucid shows and incentivizes or kind of decentivizes in some way that Lucid isn't a good investment, which I completely disagree with. So at the end of the day, there still is a lot of hope for Lucid, and especially considering if she is leaning towards GM, I would still, despite the investment that GM is putting into the game, that means absolutely nothing. You can throw money at a rock and it doesn't make the rock more valuable to some degree. Again, not saying that's what's going to happen with GM, but still, exactly what you mentioned about Lucid. Lucid has a very good technology. Their expansion is unprecedented, and they have already a huge amount of big investors such as PIF. PIF is going to pretty much in one way or another guarantee Lucid's success. A lot of people seem to think that. I'm sure you do as well, Bullish Mindset. So again, there's a lot of good things to Cathie and contrary, but still there's a lot of upside for Lucid. I'm sure you kind of got that context from both of us. So with all that said, though, I appreciate you joining me, Bullish Mindset, on another Lucid video. Don't forget to smash a thumbs up and subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Greatly appreciate that. Thanks for joining again, Bullish Mindset.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Let's all make a lot of money on Lucid, though.